We could win this. It's almost over. Come on.
I like my new computer. It works.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Can
Okay.
you see me?
Yes,
away.
I can see you. I can see
I'm here.
you.
1 second. I gotta fix my headset.
You're awesome.
What happened?
I think my mute button is broken.
Was that what's going on?
I clicked my mute button and it broke in the off
Okay, I'm
position.
here. Sorry. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Can you guys hear
I
me?
cannot
On-
hear
on your
anybody. What
microphone.
the hell?
Hey, guys.
I can hear you
Oh.
cursing and
I see you
screaming.
laughing at me, Spam, and I don't appreciate it.
I think the video is hurting this.
Yeah, I think the video streaming's really hurting.
All right,
I can't hear anybody.
Then better.
I hear you.
Now I
fine.
can hear you guys. Okay, I'll fix. We're good.
Okay, are we
Okay.
all good?
Are
Yeah,
we
we're
all
good.
good?
We're
Can
good.
everybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah.
Gonna fix it.
Oh, we're changing. She's going to video again.
Suspect the video.
Don't go to video.
you. Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Although that headset is awesome.
It's pretty
Such a
legit.
nerd.
And I was commenting on it, but nobody could hear me. I was like, yay! Take us for a tour. We want to see the shrunken heads. But nobody answered me, so.
Oh, I want to see this shrunken head.
Where?
Welcome back. You are listening to PWNcast, the lost episode. I am your host, Eli, speaking to you from Denver, Colorado. It is July 12th in patch 5.4.8. And today we're going to talk about the new Draenei model. Wowhead beta key giveaway is still going on. It's week 2. We got our PWNcast contest that's coming up. And that's it. There's no more news. There's just a few little things, but that's it. I brought the honey badgers with me. The troll that ate a dingleberry and turned into a druid, Frieza!
That's
I'm not going to respond to that.
I thought
It's
they
like
were
he knows
delicious.
you.
I ate a piece of poop and I turned into a druid.
Hey, a dingleberry is not the same thing.
Oh,
It's got a little hair in it.
man.
Oh, that's awesome. That's the best thing I've heard in a week.
That is
I don't know how to
It
take
is
that, to
true.
be quite honest.
It is true, listeners. I did make Alliance Druid as of today, so definitely kind of freaking out. I may lose some sleep over this. Yeah, it's definitely a big impact on my life. My high blood pressure went up. It's a disaster right now. I don't really know how to. Yeah, it's a wreck today. I should just stayed in bed.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy. And the Tauren that drops dingleberries in the raid and they heal you, Mathematic.
So many dingleberries.
Is that the theme, dingleberries?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how to respond to that.
I don't know either.
I can imagine this Torn just bending over, shitting out these little green orbs.
Pick them up and run
Run
with
through
them.
the shit.
But they got
Run
hair on
through
them.
the shit, you'll live.
He's like, eat it, it's okay. But it's got hair on it. Eat it,
I'm
it'll
amazed,
heal you.
dude. I'm amazed. I'll freaking make a necklace out of that crap if it heals me.
The strawberries taste like strawberries.
Oh,
Oh,
look a
good
dingleberry.
Lord. I'm not letting you pick shit again. Okay.
I like the pun, though. Shit, pick shit.
Oh, goodness.
That's awesome. Well, welcome back, guys. And the warlock that turned into a demon during a fight with her hubby. That's not fair, Belle.
That's actually pretty legit.
I hear their fights all the time. It gets pretty messy.
Fry's always asked if somebody's dying in the background.
Dude, some bad fights back there.
Hi, guys. I'm pretty sure I have to excuse myself mid-show to go to the bathroom because I'm pretty sure I peed myself with the other intros. That is awesome. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Very good. We are happy to have you back. And we cannot forget about the Tauren that once dropped 14 dingleberries in a single battleground, the BB Spamberger.
I love cloning dingleberries. It's the reason Taurens have tails.
Yeah, but his don't heal you.
No, I don't heal anybody but me. I'll come in second to heals in the battleground, but it's all me. I got greedy heals because I'm a DK.
Oh my gosh! But they're a little frozen, right? Because you're cold.
Right, he's got like 3 kinds of powers. Right, you can't have bloody dingleberries, and you can't have unholy dingleberries. So you gotta have frozen dingleberries.
Frozen dingleberries.
If I had to pick one.
This show just took a turn for the worse.
Yeah, let's not talk about. Yeah. So.
About dingleberries.
It's not fair. It's like.
Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Well, welcome back. It has been a crazy week, and I'm excited to talk about it with you guys. Let's talk about our WoW week because I know there is a lot to say. So I'm excited to hear it all. Fries, let's start with you.
Well, I'm not sure.
Trader.
Okay, well, I've made some changes. So in my mage, I'm not sure I mentioned it before, but he did switch rounds to Tichondrius to do more hardcore PvP, and it has been a major impact on my gaming. Definitely a lot different. And then Bell and what the heck is your gamer tag? Mass. Well, not Mass. He doesn't play under Mass. He plays under Vlad or something. I don't freaking know his name.
Just go by Mass, bro.
Okay. Anyways,
Mass heals, Mass DPS.
Mass heals, yeah. Whatever. Oh, he's mad DPS now. Well,
just to let you know, I just won my 5th arena.
Oh,
nobody cares.
They do their arenas all the time now. Since I do them, they started getting doing now. They're like pros at it now. Well, they don't have a healer, and so I wanted to get in on the fun. And so I made an Alliance 90, I boosted him, and I'm their new healer. Although I'm not geared, by the end of the week I should be a lot of Grievous armor. So
you didn't save any of that armor from the Timeless Isle?
I don't go to Timeless. So.
And that is your problem.
It is. I would never do Timeless. Heck.
He won't do Timeless, he won't dungeon, he won't raid, he will not do anything.
Hold up. You're telling me you didn't save any Timeless gear?
I went there once for like 30 minutes.
He doesn't do Timeless at all. He rebukes it. He hates it.
Yeah, I don't farm anything. I get anxiety attacks. I farm.
And next episode, Fries' new medication.
I can't imagine ever going to farm for armor again. It's like, no, not going to happen. I'm done with that. So.
Well, right on. So what do you think about the crazy amount of buttons Druids have?
Man, I was unaware that every time you switch a form, you have to have a full set of buttons for that form. And
if you would have listened to episode 2, I think it was, Spamberger tells you all about that. Yes, he does. And I have to go back and
about shape-shifting and more buttons and still more buttons. And then when you get your dual spec, you got to do it all over again. More buttons.
Pretty hardcore. This is no joke. I mean, there's a lot to choose from. There's a lot of specs and then talents and then when you shape shift, and it's just a disaster right now.
Are you a chicken?
No, I'm not. I'm not a chicken.
You're a tree.
That's classist.
I don't know what I am. I just got to this guy. I haven't transformed.
So you're still a bear?
I don't know what I am. I'm just on my regular form. I haven't transformed into anything.
That's another thing. Druids never know what they are. That's for sure.
I don't know. I mean, I got a glyph.
Ultimate identity crisis.
I know Val went and got me glyphs and helped me with my talents, but am I going to be a tree or something? What was the after effect of that? I don't know.
Good Lord. Bro, if you want to be an expert, just don't go full heals. What you can do is just go boom, and then you're going to side heals with it, because boomikins can heal while they're in, I don't know, giant chicken form, I guess you could call it.
Perfect. And we will have Hotted on the show to
6
tell
wins.
us all about boomkins.
Oh,
Yes,
I would love
yes.
to sit down with me.
How racist that is.
I'll get a lecture from him. Just lecture
Todd
me.
is going to be the one that leads you to glory, my friend.
It is true. I will allow him to. That is no problem.
Hotted, we are waiting for you.
He would make me cry. He'd be like, "Are you retarded? Don't you get it?"
No,
Hit
he's
buttons
such a
at
nice
once.
guy. He's going to make you fall in love with him. You're going to have a bromance.
Because you're a chick.
Whoa.
Yeah, nice to you. I don't know if he's nice.
Well, that's probably
Yeah.
true.
Actually, he doesn't even talk to me. I don't even exist to that guy.
If he finds out I'm Horde, he's going to be like, "Oh, so you're trash."
Wait, no, he plays Horde, doesn't he?
He does. Not very often, but he does.
Okay.
He plays it when he wants to lower his expectations for himself for the day.
Let's get to Mass. What'd you do this week?
I'm currently just, like, raping in arenas. Since we've been started this podcast, I've won 6 arenas in a row. Yeah. I don't want to say I'm a badass now, but I'm kind of like at the BA part. I don't have the rest of it, but I'm at the BA part. So.
So it only takes 6.
Still hasn't killed me yet, but we're gonna find that out tonight.
Something like that. Yeah, you better.
All right, we're gonna fight.
You better. I'm ready. I want to just like shove my dingleberries all over your face.
Oh my goodness! He said it.
Hell?
He said it. Oh.
Get protection,
Scissors.
Liza.
I'm gonna come with
Scissors.
that. Heal me.
Where's the dingleberry scissors?
Oh my goodness, that is bad.
That's gross.
Oh, I ran BGs, 4 BGs in a row on Alliance. I thought, okay, well, I'm not gonna have to run dungeons to get my honor points and all that stuff. So I said, I'm just gonna run BGs and win every single time. I have yet to win 1 BG in hours. So
how's that possible? Every time I play them, they die.
I can't even.
Or we die.
I never
They
win
die.
in BGs as a horde.
What?
But I guess as Alliance, you don't win either. So
It's situational.
That's bogus. I don't believe it.
If
No.
you play as Frieza, you lose every time.
It sucks.
Okay. Oh goodness.
All right, so that's it for Mass.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I guess I'll record the battle tonight, and I'll show the world that I can kill you.
Ooh, okay. I'm looking forward to watching that.
Disappointed.
That's awesome.
In the corner of the pocket.
Get your popcorn. It's going to be the World Cup versus a hunter and a mage. The troll with small tusks. Let's do it.
Oh my gosh. All right, Val, tell us about your week.
I have been doing arenas with Mass, and I just recently found out about 2 seconds ago that he moonlights with another warlock that's not me. So we're supposed to be a team, buddies. We're supposed to get our prideful together, all this good stuff. And he totally blows me off all day long for this other warlock.
No, I don't. Okay, when you're not there, I need somebody to stand there and get hit so I can hit the other person. Okay?
Whoa. So basically, he uses me for my crowd control and then throws me away when he can't use me anymore. But it's all good because I'm gonna have Frieza's gonna be my personal healer.
Yeah.
So let me know how that works out.
Actually,
but that's what I've been doing.
So if I kill you both, what does that mean?
Oh, you're not.
That's not going to happen. But listen, my whole week has consisted of arenas, more arenas, some legendary crap. I'm 12 secrets. I still need 8 more. I'm over the whole secret thing. It's frustrating. I don't know why anybody bothers with this legendary cloak. That's basically what I've been doing is arenas. I'm all grieved. Now I'm working on all prideful. I think I'm like 5 pieces shy of prideful.
Wow.
Which is a lot. I mean, that's a lot, but I was trying to make it sound cool. But that's pretty much
That's pretty good. Wow. Okay. And the beefy spam burger. What did you do?
Man, I knew getting back on my old tunes was going to be bad. Frieza pointed out that I've lost my touch with my Death Knight because I've been playing on my shaman so much. But I got to tell you, man, either I've been the luckiest shaman ever to roll through Throne of Thunder, or they've changed the drop rates like drastically since the last time I ran through there, man. Because I killed like 10 bosses and I got like 8 pieces of gear, and which I'm not complaining, but I mean, it just seems really like something is different. Something has changed.
Yeah, same thing.
Where were we?
Yes. We were on My Week in WoW. And then I was like, fine, I guess nobody wants to hear what I have to say. I was like, later. I'm going away. All right. So basically, this week, I joined the Alliance and made a Worgen.
Woo!
Yes.
Working out for you.
Yes. And, oh my gosh, so Worgen started in Cataclysm, right? Was that true?
Yes.
So I totally missed out on that whole experience. I didn't create a goblin. I didn't create a Worgen. None of that. I just totally didn't even care. And then I made a Worgen, and I fell like in love with the tune. I mean, just the storyline is so cool. And then and then they bit me, and I was like, no, I'm gonna turn into one. And then we help the king, and we go to Gilneas. And I'm like, yeah, let's kill everybody. Oh, it was awesome. And then we fought Sylvanas. And I was like, what is Lady Sylvanas doing here? I don't remember this. But apparently she went over there.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. It freaked me out. I was like, what is Sylvanas doing there? We spied on her and watched her talk to, I guess she used her undead ability and made a bunch of undead people or something. She's not supposed to do that, but I didn't even know she still had the ability to do that. So I was mind blown, in other words, mind blown. And I joined a really cool guild called Riders of Rohan.
A bunch of losers.
They ain't that cool.
It was awesome. You know what was cool? Is I'm still in CTR, right? So I get on my tune, and I rarely see anybody talk. And they're like, well, you have to have the add-on that has like, I don't know, the rest of their thousands of people on it. Well, I don't. So all I have is the 1,000 people that are in mine. And still, no one's talking. There's no community there. Where is it? I don't know. I was lost. So then I was like, well, I'll just make a tune. I'll go to Argent Dawn. I'll join Riders of Rohan. Instantly, people were like, welcome. Hello. Who's this new person? Welcome, Sploo. And I was like, okay, this is cool. People actually care that I'm on here. So yeah, that was fun. So I'm excited.
You want to know why that is?
Why is that?
Because I have created a guild for the people. I've spent a year creating a guild that is for the people. That is why I have some of the best guildies in game. Literally,
that's it. I'm gonna call you the Fubu Guild. For us, fire.
I joined the Riders of the Storm. What's their name? The Riders of what? Rohan. I joined theirs, and everyone's like, welcome, welcome. And I typed in, I was all, welcome.
Welcome yourself.
But it's true, they're very active, very into new people, and they're asking questions like, who are these people? How do we know them? What are they? Then, it was pretty awesome how they're so...
It was. I'm excited. So, I guess, because apparently Mike went over there first, and so did Spam, so no one told me. So I'm in CTR all by myself. We're supposed to be in CTR. But then nobody told me you guys were leaving.
What happened?
Thanks, guys.
What happened with that?
Thanks, guys. No, hey, thanks, guys.
Well, I joined.
I just want to say,
I was the one that tried to tell you about it, so don't even go there.
Thank you for telling me that we were going to Argent Dawn.
Welcome.
Look how great it worked out now.
Yes.
One person starts,
on
and
Argent
that's
Dawn.
Tom.
It's my first server.
Yeah, but you have like 50 alts.
He does. He's like the alt king.
All on Argent Dawn.
You are... I think you have more than Mass. Don't you have more than Mass?
No, he doesn't.
Because Mass has like 50 or something.
I have 5 different accounts.
Oh my god. Hey, have you seen... Oh, I'm gonna go...
You have a problem.
I'm going to go off topic.
I collect. I'm sorry.
Have you done like the hot botted or whatever they call it? It's called multi-bot. Multi-bot. Have you seen that? Your Swifty has 2 characters, and he plays on both of them while on the same arena.
Yeah, it's called bot.
It's pretty cool, but there's also 40-man bot, so people actually have 40 accounts. And I was watching this guy, and he had 40 shamans, and he was controlling all 40 of them.
Wait, like his own raid?
Yeah, his own raid.
No.
And his sole purpose was to kill Swifty in 7 Stars.
What?
Yeah, so they would all 40 die, and then he would spawn right on top of Swifty and kill him.
Okay, so this dude spent $600?
Probably, yeah.
Because that's what the math comes out to.
I think so. More than that.
That's a lot
it?
of money. That's a lot of money.
600? Yeah, it's probably 600, yeah.
And then he had to level all of those guys.
Yeah, I believe he did, yeah.
There's always that one guy. Don't worry.
That's true. But yeah, I watched that over the weekend, watching Swifty get trolled, and it takes 40 people to do it.
That was cool. I watched that too. All right, guys. Let's talk a little bit about whatever little bit of news there is, because there's not a lot. We got a new Draenei or Draenei model. What do you guys think of that weird blue guy?
He's blue and gay. At least he doesn't have giant nipples.
I used to play a Draenei Pally back in Burning Crusade, and my problem with his form is that, I mean, he looks like Mr. Incredible. He's like all chest and like shoulders, man. So I was kind of hoping that they would address the top heavy issue, and they really didn't. They just kind of gave him like creasier lines on his muscles and stuff. You know?
Draenei males are hot. I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness!
And then there's the kinky one.
Well, she's a warlock, and they have tails.
When I came here,
it's hot.
I lost many jewels which have been in my family.
Because they have that big old back, and they run like.
But you know what? The female Draenei is just as hot.
They are for you.
I agree. The female Draenei is hot. That rope, baby.
What just happened here?
You gotta grab the rope.
Where's your wife when this is happening?
Pull my rope. Pull my
She's
rope.
bad. She's bad during the show hours. She's in the
What happens on show?
She's spam on ice.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
You love.
You know what though? I'm gonna be honest. I've always wanted a Draenei or a Draenei because female. Because the males are uglier than sin.
See, there's your answer right there.
But then you notice all the different hairstyles? If you go to Wowhead, you can see all the different hairstyles or whatever tentacle styles. But some have hair, like facial hair. Anyway, it's a weird thing. But they have like this big old bump on their head, like this high bump that goes like really high and then comes back like a weave.
That's the gift of an hour, baby. The bump.
I don't know what's happening here.
I feel uncomfortable.
Did we lose? Danny was talking again and we lost him.
Did we lose?
No, I'm here. I got it on mute because my wife is yelling.
Oh,
There's something's happening back there.
So the Draenei is ugly.
Try to listen to what kids in trouble.
You could put your hands on my family jewels. I would greatly appreciate.
All right. So I got to tell you guys this. Since this is our lost episode, and
that's kind of like what we're doing.
I
right now.
introduced it as a lost episode. We need to tell our listeners what I mean by that. Apparently, we never made an episode 3. I don't know how this happened, so obviously I can't count. So I made episode 0, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Never made a 3. So, this is our episode 3.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a little late, but we're making it, and since we are, it's like kind of like a last episode, whatever, we're going to just relax on this episode and take it easy, and that's what I have planned. I got some really cool stuff that we can talk about. So I want to share a story with you guys. My son plays this game called Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. And basically it just loops that same song. The classic song when the sword fight and they're, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
I know what.
Okay.
Listen, I can't be a part of whatever is going on.
Okay, so he plays this game and he really likes this music. Well, he decided to come get on his tune. He has a tune that he's been working on forever, and his name is Mario Toad, and he's an Alliance Warrior. He's like 59, I think now.
Snap.
All him. No, I haven't touched. I only touch it when I go on there and I erase everything out of his bags. I do a few quests and get him some gear again from the quest gear because his gear is all ridiculous. And then he's able to kill people again because he just puts whatever on and collects every single thing that drops. And so I got him in a guild. I had that guild give him some bags. Anyway, he, on his own, I didn't do it. He went onto YouTube and he found that exact same song. And he found like a 10-hour version of it. And he just played it and turned up the music and turned off the music on WoW and started playing WoW.
Wow. With no help.
That's how you know you're raising your children right.
Yeah.
And as proof, I posted it on the PWNcast page.
Oh.
So you guys can watch that.
$15 a month is a small price to keep your child's virginity.
Okay, wow, he's 8. He thinks girls are gross.
That's great. Let him be that way forever.
I didn't think they were girls at 8.
Let him love WoW. So many problems will be avoided.
It's true.
He's having a blast, and I thought I'd share that with you guys. So, for our listeners, if you'd like to see that, you can go to PWNcast on Facebook and check it out. It's only like 9 seconds long. You can't really post long videos on Facebook. So, yeah, that's for you guys. That's a small story. So that's basically what you guys think of the Dreadnought model. Did you guys get any beta keys?
No, I tried really hard.
No, we all tried. Wowhead doesn't want to give us beta keys. They're in week 2, I think.
They are.
And I think it's like 200 keys now they gave away.
They gave 300 this week in week 2.
So, I got something to ask you guys. Did you guys see the fake, and I got my fingers in the air in quotations, the fake release date of Warlords of Draenor?
Yeah.
Yes, and I inadvertently said it in our PWNcast admin chat because I was so excited, and literally Mike responded, "What?" And then I'm like, "Wait, it's a lie."
What happened? I didn't see any of that.
Basically, okay, go ahead, Belle.
They posted a picture of the Warlords of Draenor graphic, and they put that the release date was going to be September 23rd. And this went viral within literally an hour, and it was being posted in every Facebook group. Everybody was getting so riled up, and then when they realized that it was just a big joke, they were getting mad at the people that posted it in the groups. It was so, like, literally viral within an hour of this thing being posted. And it was just all a big hoax to troll people.
Right.
Wow.
So I owe this information to the folks at Azeroth Perspective, which is another World of Warcraft podcast. They did the research and listened to the latest episode. And basically what it was is, do you guys know the strategy guides that come out? I think it's Brady.
Yeah,
Brady strategy.
Sure.
Right. Okay.
They're the guys.
So,
they're the men.
So, yes. So they come out with a strategy guide. It's very basic information. You don't really learn anything in these guides, but you see a lot of art and there's a lot of really cool stuff in it. So people just like to collect them. Well, World of Warcraft has their own version of this strategy guide, and every year that it comes out, it comes out the day before or the day of the expansion. Okay?
Yeah.
So, and it worked for Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm, Miss Pandaria, all these expansions, they came out the day of or the day before. Now, they announced that their strategy guide is coming out September 20, I think it's 26th.
Mm-hmm.
That's when they announced that their strategy guide is going on sale. So if you follow the pattern,
Sounds like
it should be coming out that day or the day after. So that's like leaked in a way, because it came off of, I guess, of a German website that had announced that they were going to release that for sale on September 26th. And so everybody was like, then that's when the expansion's coming out. But then you have to think to yourself, wait a second. If the expansion comes out before BlizzCon, then what the heck is BlizzCon going to be about?
They're going to have it as they're going to be doing content during BlizzCon. That's absolutely genius, actually.
Oh.
That means they're going to do all WOD content for the BlizzCon. It's going to be all WOD.
That would
Right.
be awesome.
I think they're onto something.
Right. I mean, everybody is always watchful of what Blizzard does. Like, people even watch when you reserve like a brand, not a brand, when you trademark like a name. This is before WoD was announced. I remember a lot of people were all excited because Warlords of Draenor got trademarked.
Okay.
And they were like, well, okay, who owns this trademark? And Blizzard owns it. So like, okay, so obviously Blizzard is planning on naming something Warlords of Draenor. And so we already knew what the new expansion name was going to be before we even knew what the expansion was going to be.
That geeked about this game that they troll the internet for like trademarks to get bought,
Yes.
So I mean, really?
That's crazy.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So basically, yeah, that's kind of what the big buzz is all about. It wasn't really technically fake, but it kind of is a pattern. So anyway, I just thought I'd let you guys know.
So somewhere around end of September.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because if you think about it from a BlizzCon standpoint, which is where they like to make their money because everybody wants to sign up for the digital tickets and everybody has already paid for all their BlizzCon. If you think about it, if you're right, what are they even going to talk about at BlizzCon now? Because it's not
I have a theory about what they might talk about for BlizzCon. I noticed that one of those people who's always watching what Blizzard does, apparently they did something with Xbox. Now, we all know that the Diablo is a console game now.
Have you
they wanted to
Diablo
get
on the Xbox on the console?
You can play it on all the consoles.
I haven't,
so good.
but they are interested into going into consoles. Now, there's a problem with World of Warcraft being on a console is you only have your typical couple of buttons. How are you going to scroll through all of your spells and press all these spells and move at the same time? So they need to take these buttons away. And what are they doing for Warlords of Draenor? They're taking a boatload of buttons away from everybody.
Sure.
And someone saw a World of Warcraft app or something that got leaked onto the Xbox One. And so they're like, wait a second. If Blizzard is looking into getting the console games, and the console game says, well, you need to take down your buttons, and they do, and then there was leaked information about them hooking up with Xbox, possibly other consoles, is it possible that we can play World of Warcraft on our console?
Yeah.
Not possible.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. You can't even play Call of Duty with 10 versus 10 without something freaking out. And Halo 10 versus 10 and something you always
This isn't a first-person shooter game, all right?
One person lags.
I was just making a good point. Xbox Live kind of dies when you get more than like 12 people.
This is way more bigger than a first-person shooter game.
I mean, you guys think
literally.
That's why Dragon Age didn't take over. Dragon Age was supposedly talking about making raids and stuff like that. They would have completely killed World of Warcraft if they did that and released it on the Xbox. But they never did. They couldn't figure out how to do it. If they can figure out how to multitask, get a huge amount of people online, and host it from the servers and not host it from one system, because that's what Call of Duty is. They host it on one system, and that's why you lag. One person lags, the whole map drops.
Right.
So if they can figure that shit out, they got it. The buttons aren't a hard thing. If you ever play Dragon Age, you can have 30 different buttons. You just have to know how to switch back and forth through them all.
Well, Am I the only one that thinks this would be a terrible idea?
I think it's a horrible idea. Terrible.
I never said it was good. I think it's going to be.
They tried it back in Nintendo 64. Remember they tried to put StarCraft on there. You remember that?
Well, here's the thing, guys. We all know that Blizzard will not release a game unless they absolutely love this game. They will not be rushed. Do you remember a little game called Ghost?
Never came out. Doesn't exist.
I remember reading the Xbox magazine being so excited to play this first-person shooter or third-person shooter that was in the universe of StarCraft.
Yep.
I was just going insane, and they completely scrapped it and threw it away. Why? Because they said they didn't like it. We know that Blizzard is capable of dedicating an entire team to make a full game. It was already out of beta and ready to be released, and they said no. So if they're a company that is only going to release products that are absolutely 100%, we know that we can be confident that they're not going to release this unless it works.
Well, that's one thing. That's a good point. That's a good point because look at this. So you got Blizzard. I have 100% trust that they can make any game awesome. But Xbox cannot produce them a system, neither can PlayStation, that's going to handle a game like that. You got Elder Scrolls. That is a tiny game compared to World of Warcraft. Yeah. That is a miniature game compared to World of Warcraft. And that game pushes Xbox to its limits. And that is like one land. I'm not all my facts about that. But it's like 1 or 2 islands that we have in WoW. And I'm like, that is so
on the other side
tiny.
Of the coin, Frieza, I mean, the programming language that's used for World of Warcraft is like ancient at this point, and it's really not a high definition game compared to like Xbox One is able to deliver like HDMI graphics.
Well, what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to support it on the server side. Like I said, they're not going to host it on the system. Everything's going to have to get streamed to the player. It's going to be a really difficult challenge. They can do it. I don't know how well they're going to be able to do it.
If anyone can do it, it would be Blizzard.
Yeah, but Blizzard's not doing it.
You don't know?
It's Xbox Council. They have to do it.
Dude,
they can't even get 32 versus 32 right now without people freaking out. Have you seen that on the the comments on that on the Battlefield? They're trying to do 32 versus 32, and it's a complete disaster. Sometimes it works, and about 90% of the time it doesn't work. So it's like, it won't lag you out, but the lag is so bad. And it's like, that's just 32 versus 32. That's not Altic Valley, people. You know what I mean?
This is true, but I think
vast land with spells and calculations. Halo has a headshot. There's no calculation happening in there. You know what I mean?
There is.
In WoW, you got 20 people casting all kinds of weird stuff, and no way can an Xbox handle that. I've never seen it. Ever.
Okay.
Hold on.
Here's the thing. Let me tell you about this, because I did a lot of research. I had a debate about a guy. We're talking about graphics cards, right? There's a brand new graphics card that AMD just released, and it compares with the Xbox and the PlayStation, and it comes at the same thing. That's a $500 graphics card, and they were competing level to level. Graphics is not a problem. I think what is going to happen is it's going to be the connections that we're going to have. You all know what happens like when Panda got released and everybody was getting on and everybody kept getting kicked every 5 minutes.
Yep.
That's what's going to happen. It's going to flood servers. It's not going to be proficient in that area. I think that's where they're going to fail. I'm not worried about graphics. I'm not worried about them being able to do the content. They can make the content come to us. You can go ahead and go download the game package that's only 30 gigs and put it on your PlayStation or Xbox and have all that content there. It's what they're going to stream to is going to be the hardest thing to get. That's what your problem is going to be.
I don't think WoW players are going to do it. That's my thing. I don't think they're going for us. I think they're going for the Xbox players who don't want to get a console. A computer to play games like that.
I think the challenge is making it so that the Xbox is one method of logging into World of Warcraft. You can't make the PC people have to change to Xbox. But as long as they keep loyal to their PC gamer base, I'm sure the PC gamers will be glad to let the people come on their Xbox and get pwned by their the $100 mouse and their $200 keyboard. And
but that's completely different because that's what I want to do because my cousin has Diablo 3. And I wanted to know if cross-platform was going to be compatible. I don't think they're going to be able to. They're not going to be able to achieve a very successful rate at cross-platform because you don't have PlayStation and Xbox that play together. It's just solely Xbox or just solely PlayStation or solely computer. the cross-platform, that's going to be something, if they're able to accomplish that, it's going to be way, way in the future.
I just don't know how you're going to hit buttons, man. I can't get over that right now. I'm actually getting like frustrated thinking about it because it is how can you even think it's going to work because you got so many freaking buttons. It is so insane how much you're trying to heal somebody, you're trying to kill somebody, and they're doing macros, and it's just to think about it.
I have such bad anxiety. I'm actually going to stop talking about it because
I'm getting angry because it's like, okay, so you're in an RBG 10v10, you're against a rated 2500 team. Are you telling me your Xbox controller is going to be better than your keyboard? No, it's never going to be better than your keyboard because
then you're going to have macros. It's going to be a completely different platform.
Yeah,
it's not going to be the same. That's what I'm saying. You're not going to be able to verse people that are going to be.
So it's going to be like World of Warcraft, but they're 10%. They're like 50% dumber, more dumb, because they're going to walk slower. They're not going to be able to jump around. They're not going to be able to blink and do stuff. They're going to be able to like everybody slow down what you're doing. We're taking away all half your buttons away. And good luck moving.
Well, you got to think about it. If they're really going to push forward... You there?
What happened? Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, that was weird. Well, what I was saying is, if they're really going to push forward with this, you don't be worried about that. Because they're just going to end up eliminating the main... a lot of buttons for you.
It's going to be a different World of Warcraft. I think
it's going to be a completely different game.
I think you're right.
But again, I think it's going to destroy the WoW community.
I agree because that's going to be World of Warcraft. It's like that is not World of Warcraft.
And then if you got people on Xbox who want to start playing, they don't want to have to level from level 1 all the way up to level 100, and they don't want to go fucking pay $60 after they just had to just purchase all those packs. They don't want to do that. They don't want to drop $200 into just starting the game. I don't think it's going to be successful at all.
I don't.
Okay, I have to chime in, guys. I disagree.
Wow.
I disagree a lot because it was announced or leaked that Heroes of the Storm is going to be on the Xbox. Now, Heroes of the Storm is a perfect way to test how all of this is going to work out. And if Heroes of the Storm tests how much they can put on their graphics and how many people can be on their servers and how they will communicate over a headset, because you got to remember we are including a headset in this. People are going to be talking.
I'm going to ring in.
If that works out and that is a go and that is successful, they will find a way to put World of Warcraft on a console. I guarantee you.
Okay, I want to hop in here. Heroes of the Storm and World of Warcraft are two completely different things.
I know. It's a MOBA. It's a MOBA. I understand that. It's a MOBA.
Even
Heroes of the Storm
people-wise.
is just like it's going to be like Diablo. So they already have Diablo out there. It's going to be God. There's a couple more games just like that's not coming to my head. That's going to be so much easier.
I know, guys, but seriously, we are talking about one of the biggest games in history.
They can't even master Battlefield.
Doesn't matter, dude.
The biggest game they have right now is Battlefield, and they're failing.
This game is amazing, and it is huge, and it is the biggest game we've ever had. And you're going to tell me they're going to pass up the idea of going onto a console and gaining how many more people?
I don't think they can gain any more.
Especially if they go to all three consoles?
Yeah.
Right now, if on my Wii, I have a tablet. I play with a tablet on the Wii. I can touch things on the tablet and transfer from the screen to the tablet. You're going to tell me you can't load buttons on there and I can't play World of Warcraft? You put World of Warcraft on my Wii, I could play it. No problem. I will cast every spell. No problem.
Oh, good Lord. That's a completely different thing.
That's different. That's touchscreen, isn't it?
This is just not an argument we should be having on this show, first of all. Because we're talking about layers of architecture that are going to have to be compromised to go onto a weaker system. And it's just...
Well, of course they're going to dumb it down.
Big words like layers of architecture and stuff.
Okay, let's just... I'm going to say this. Let's just end it real quick. I'm never going to doubt that they can't do it. They can.
They can.
I'm never going to doubt that. I know where technology's going, and they can definitely do that. What I am doubting is they're going to completely destroy the WoW community.
Me and Fraser are not about that life.
Here's what they're going to do.
Game consoles. It's going to destroy it.
Here's what they're going to do, Matt. They're going to go level your character 1 to 10, and then transfer it to your computer, or this game's really going to suck for you.
Pretty much.
Because, you know.
What if they were separate?
Well, they're going to be separate. They're not going to do Xbox and computers together. There's no way.
I can't imagine how they could.
They couldn't do that. They couldn't do it. I think Mass is right. The whole getting the whole thing.
They can't. It's just going to be too complex. There's going to be servers crashing. It's going to be such a buggy system. I don't. There's no money.
Times that these guys are going to see. They're going to try.
Why don't they just come out with another game? Another
That's what
another
they're
type
doing.
Another.
They're actually working on another game right now.
Well, they were. It was called Titan. It was Project Titan, and they got scrapped. Once again, another game that they scrapped. All they said was that they're taking a lot of people off of the staff of this Titan project that they've been working on, which I think is the console game, but they moved them to Warlords of Draenor. And once Warlords of Draenor is done, they're probably going to move them back to that project again.
Yeah, because they're not going to start from level 1 all the way to 100 if they go onto a console. They're going to start from 1 to 40. Kind of like Diablo. It's not. They're not
do it
going
over.
to shoot that much far up because that's just way too far for players to enjoy.
Or it could just be a different game, like I guess what you're saying here. But it also could be a different character, like a different World of Warcraft. It'd be World of Warcraft, but in a totally different form and fashion. I know we said it.
Level 1 through 89.
Yeah, something small, like something 1 to 40, like Matt said, and also with the buttons. You know, maybe you only do have 5 buttons, and that's only 5 you got, and you team up with 4 people to go against another 4 people. Kind of keep it like Halo and Call of Duty. You know, they're not going to try to go mass. They're just going to try to make a World of Warcraft, but for console, and they're going to be just make it really small arenas. You know, you're never going to have Altic Valley. You're never going to have a 25-man raid, but you can have a 10-man raid, you know. And so they think if they do it that way, they'll be okay. But I don't think the second they start trying to bring World of Warcraft on the computer, it's like, oh, please, come on. Give it 10 more years at tops, and then Xbox might catch up to that, but I doubt it.
Sweet. All right, guys. We're going to talk about, we always do this thing, and if our listeners know that they listen to our show, we always do this thing, back in my day. So I thought since this is the last episode, maybe we should do a back in our day, and you have to start it out in the old person voice. So you have to do it. That's a rule. So Stab, you go first. Tell us a little bit about when you first started. And walk us through that.
Hold on. We also want to know some noob stories. Some stories. So stories that you kept under the sheets for a very long time because you're so embarrassed about them. We want to know about them. Go ahead.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me get my dentures. Back in my day. What did I want to talk about for back in my day?
Your shaman.
Back in my day, right, my shaman. Back in my day in Vanilla, the shaman was only for the Horde side, and the paladin was only for the Alliance. And it wasn't until the Burning Crusade expansion. Do I have to do the whole thing in the old set?
No, you don't.
I was enjoying it, man. I was really enjoying it.
Because I'll do it all day.
Oh, man, that was awesome.
It wasn't until Burning Crusade that the shaman came in for the Alliance with the Draenei race, and the paladin was allowed for the Horde only if you played as a blood elf, I believe. So back in my day, I couldn't be a shaman. My first tune was a hunter, was a dwarf, a little dwarfish hunter, and it was great, leveling my way up. But when Burning Crusade came out, I got to be a shaman. I was very excited, and I leveled my shaman for 7 years through PC and through Lich King and Cataclysm. Until these guys came along and said, we need a tank to come and help us get through some dungeons. Am I breaking up again? Hello? Well, that's my story.
Not on my end. He was fine.
Oh, not on mine.
Okay, cool. Friza, you're up.
Back in my day, I can't do it. I'm sorry, guys. I can't do it. I'm not like that. You gotta know that. Back in my day, I didn't get a mount till level 55. That's a fact. Yes,
Yep.
I didn't know you could get a mount until yeah. I walked around for 55 levels.
Oh, that's got to be awful.
How's that make you guys feel about your play?
Okay.
Right, what is it now? You get a mount at level 20 now?
Yeah, no, I didn't know you can get a mount.
It wasn't even an option until 40.
Yeah, I was
cost like 500 gold, which was like 500 gold was like I haven't seen 1 gold. What do you mean 500 gold? 500 gold was like gold exists in this game.
Oh my god. Well, yeah, I only had a couple hundred. Yeah, in the whole game. And another thing I did back in the time, I got full PvP gear, and that's all I knew how to do. So I was running BGs all day, and I got full PvP gear. And then I was a tank warrior, so I decided to do arenas and raids. Dungeons and raids. And back then you couldn't queue up for them. You have to get a group together. Well, I used to get we get groups together, and they're looking for a tank, so I type in tank. So they invite me in there, and I play. And then in the middle of the first fight, they're like, "Okay, tank's trash, kick him." Well, that happened to me forever. Forever, I was always getting kicked, and I thought I have the best armor in the game. Like I have freaking high. It's high level. It's good armor. What is everybody complaining about? I didn't learn till later on, a year into it. Someone finally walked up to me and they're like, "Dude, why are you wearing PvP gear if you're a tank? What, isn't that good?" He goes, "No, you have no tanking abilities at all. Like you have no armor for tanking." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "Wow." And so he literally guided me through how to get tanking armor, and he told me what I'm supposed to wear. I never knew. When I rolled my warrior, I had him for 2 years as a tank and never knew what a tank was. I just thought a tank was I didn't like to die, but I didn't realize that you actually have to go out and get gear for your tank. I just thought any gear would work. So I didn't know that. And I never actually did a raid or a dungeon properly without getting kicked out halfway through it. So I never did get any gear for him anyway. So it took years to actually learn how to tank, and that's a pretty noob story of mine. Yeah, that's pretty bad. So,
wow.
Yeah, I've had some noob experiences.
You have grown.
I've had some noob experiences in my day. That is for certain. Yeah, so I mean that's basically I go back in way back. I remember when the Burning Crusade first came out and everything. It was pretty interesting. Everyone was roaring about that for months before, and it was pretty awesome. So, but yeah, I think that's all the stories I got. I can't really think of anything else besides I got a couple more embarrassing stories, but I don't want to talk about those.
Okay. All right, Val, you're up.
Oh, geez. Do I really got to do
Yes, I did it.
You didn't do it.
I tried.
Do it.
Back in my day.
What a loser.
I hate you all.
Oh,
wow. Set up to laugh.
Oh, my God.
For all of you listeners that are laughing at me right now, at least I have heart.
Yeah, she does.
So back in my day, I started I think at the end of Burning Crusade, right before Lich King, and it took me 2 years to level my Warlock. And the only reason it took me 2 years is because back when talent trees, the Warlock was completely different. Mists of Pandaria completely changed the Warlock gameplay, but you were literally hitting stuff with a stick, and you had to level your stick. And every time you changed weapons, you had to level your expertise in that weapon. And you literally spent the first 50 levels hitting crap with a stick.
I forgot about that.
That is how you leveled. And it literally took me 2 years, and I think I hit 85, which would have been, Kata?
Yeah.
Right.
85 in Kata,
No,
and I was so
Kata.
excited. But the sad part is I played completely alone. From the time I played to the time I went to Argent Dawn, I had no friends. Nobody would ever talk to me. I literally played by myself, quietly questing. That's how I played.
Oh
wow,
my gosh.
the tides have turned. Wow. Now you don't shut up, and we can't get you out of our group.
When everybody asks why Belle runs around recruiting for the Riders of Rohan on Argent Dawn and why I have a mass of friends, it's because I was so lonely that now I want to make sure I never run out of friends.
She has so many friends, the listeners who are listening. She has, so many friends. It is insane. It's just...
Yeah, it's opposite.
That's why she plays a warlock, because she has a companion to hang out with her the whole time.
Literally, Mike Hilton, which is the name of my Voidwalker, was my only friend for 2 years. That's it.
Like, hello, Voidwalker, and he's like, arr.
And I have so many new moments when you could finally queue for dungeons. I stepped into my first dungeon, I did not dismiss my demon, and he aggroed everything, and everybody kept screaming at me to turn off my taunt. I didn't know what they meant. I thought turning off my taunt meant putting my pet in passive. Little did I know that my Voidwalker, their passive ability is taunt. You can't turn it off and have so my demon would pull the entire room, and we would wipe, and I would get kicked out of dungeon after dungeon. I did not dungeon again until a long time after I hit 90, and then finally I'm like, okay, I'm going to start getting my stuff together. And even my brother now, whenever me and my brother queue for heroic dungeons, I always leave my pet out to make him mad because he's a tank.
Just to do it now.
And he screams at me in the instance chat, and everybody's like, wow, you two are hardcore.
Oh, yeah. Her
So
whole
that's
family's
my-
hardcore.
We are weird. That's my noob. I was very lonely, and now I have lots of friends, except for Friza. Me and Friza aren't friends.
Oh, I don't know who she is anymore.
Yeah, no.
So you're talking about weapon skills.
Yeah, and every time you switch weapons, you had to redo all that over again, that expertise in that weapon.
Now, here's what's crazy. So I was a warrior, and at the time they told me you have to get all your weapon skills up, and when you get all your weapon skills up, it increases your total crit chance. And it was. So I ended up having to get an axe, and I sit there and hit it like I was hitting dummies or whatever they were, like animals, like a rabbit walked by.
Right?
And you get your polar rim, your axe, your two-handed weapon, and finally you get all of them, and it would boost your things. Well, then, if you wanted more of a boost, you have to get your fist up to 400. So I would sit there and start punching things with my fist, trying to get my fist skills up. And then once that was up, my crit went higher after that. I remember that now.
Skills?
I remember that now, yeah.
Yeah,
What is fist skill?
Yeah, you had fist skills back then.
What?
Yeah.
You might not want to know the answer to that question.
Oh,
One of the weapon types is fist weapons.
Yeah, fist weapons.
You have to,
You have to get your skill up
You got to
for
remember, a
that?
warrior can use every single weapon type.
Yep.
So he would have to level his fist weapons, his daggers, his axes, his maces, his one-hand maces, two-hand maces, one-hand axes, two-hand axes, one-hand swords, two-hand swords, pole arms.
Now, if he upgraded from one mace to another, he wouldn't have to re-level his expertise in that. It's just whenever you switched to a different total weapon type that you would have to.
And if you had them all, it increased your crit chance.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
That is way back. Back in day.
So I poked stuff with a stick for 2 years. That's my back in my day.
Oh my gosh. I never knew that. That's awesome. All right, and let's get to Mass.
Hey.
No, yes.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
You have to.
You got it.
I did it. You're doing it.
Do it.
Back in my day. I remember the times when the trade chat would never shut up, and when it literally meant if you had 2 maxed out characters, you legitly had no life. And I remember back when hunters had to have ammo, and when you had to go to main cities to learn weapons, and you had to freaking go level up.
Bullets.
Every time you got a level, you had to go purchase your new, your skills. I remember that bullshit. Okay.
Yep.
It was fun. It was creative. You felt energetic, and you wanted to go in and play. Oh, it's awesome. I can't go. I'm going to keep ranting about that. But my embarrassing story it was like my second raid I think I ever did, or it was an instance. I can't remember. I think it was Molten Core, right? And as a hunter, I'm shooting, hitting arrows, and I ran out of arrows. We were legitly at the last boss, and I said, hey, I don't got any arrows, I can't do anything. And they're like, we're just going to kick you and get somebody else. And I was like, no, you can't. He was like, okay, we will try it once and that is it. All right. And that's back in the day when like the hunters could use knives and crap, right? I somehow pulled, I was like the 5th DPS out of, I think it was, I can't remember how many people it was, but it wasn't half bad for being a hunter that had no arrows. We wiped. But I got kicked afterwards. I hated that because you could only get so many arrows, and then if you had no money and you couldn't purchase arrows, you couldn't do anything.
You're hosed.
Oh, wow.
It was just a nightmare for hunters or anything that had to use ammo. I believe that was just hunters.
Can I add on in there? When I was a warrior in PvP, if you couldn't catch somebody, you throw knives at them.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? You throw knives at them, and I used to go against PvP people, and they'd be throwing knives at me, and I'd be turning around, and it's a warrior throwing a knife at me, and I'm like, what the heck are you doing? And that's what they did, and they killed me while they did it, and I was like, are you flipping kidding me? Yeah, I used to hate that.
Yeah.
Oh
They had bow and arrows. I had a gun, so the second you got away from me, I pull out my gun and start shooting you.
It was
wow.
It was fun. It was challenging back then. Nowadays, it's just kind of
Free wins.
You get everything you need.
Yeah.
And another.
I'm about that life, though. Just so you know, I'm about that life.
She likes to be given. Free mounts.
Another embarrassing story that I used to do is on Mass Medic. My main that was my main back in the day was him, and I just used to heal like crazy and stuff like that. And I ran into the problem where the PvP gear versus your PvE gear, and I was raiding, and I can't remember what was it. It was Nax or something. It was an old raid, and I'm sitting there and I'm fighting, right, and I had my PvP gear on, and one of the tanks called me out, right, and we spent 2 or 3 hours just getting this group together. They're like, kick the heels, and you get kicked.
Kick the heels, he's got PvP.
Yeah, it's just.
And you didn't know anything else.
It was, oh God, it was horrible. Yeah, yeah.
I
don't talk about it anymore.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Oh, wow. All right. Back in my day, which was Firelands, not that long ago.
Seems like it was yesterday.
You're a young whippersnapper. Yeah. I'm not as old as you guys.
You want to tell them the story about your main tune and me, how I leveled it up? You want to talk about that first?
Oh, I leveled the priest. And then, is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, then you quit.
And then I didn't like it because I told him, this is a game where you quest. You just this is what I said. I said, why do I play a game where I just go to somebody with a question mark and they tell me, go do this, and I do it, and I go back and they say thanks, and then somebody else says, oh, do something for me too. I'm just a freaking errand boy. This isn't a game. This is stupidity. I told him, who does this? Why am I errand boy for 2 hours? I'd rather do something.
From that point.
I didn't. He's like, okay, don't quit. Let me level for you. So he leveled up. I think I missed the whole Northern. I didn't even go to Northern. and then I was out of Northern, and we were in the Cataclysm, and I was like, what level was I then? Like maybe 75 or something.
I was still leveling you up, but I didn't.
Little by little, because then what would happen is then I would say, okay, I'm gonna get on tonight, and you're like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'll get on tonight. So I got on. I didn't know where I was, and he had all these quests for me to do. I didn't know where. This is before. I think this is a little bit before Quest Finder was actually really in the game.
It wasn't really out yet, yeah.
Or Quest Helper. And so I was walking around trying to find things. I'd get distracted. I would pick up a bunch of stuff, fill up my bags, and then I'd be like, this is dumb, and I'd leave the game. And then he'd get on and clear out my bags and continue the quest thing again. It was a nightmare to get me to 85. So I finally get to 85, and I'm like, okay, now I'm official. I can do the rest of the stuff everybody else is supposed to be doing. So I loved PvP, and I wanted to go to Ragnaros. I tried so hard to get to Ragnaros, and I just didn't have the gear. I didn't even know that I didn't have the gear. I just didn't have the gear. Nobody would let me. So I never got to see Ragnaros. I totally missed it.
Yeah, but
and then, right after that, the next patch was, I think, 4 point something. I can't remember, 4.6, or I remember they implemented looking for raid. And I remember looking at that saying, okay, cool, see, that's what I'm talking about. So I go on there, and I'm like, sure, I want to be in there. And I was hooked. Once I was able to see end-game content, you hooked me. Yeah. But the whole questing, I've hated since day one. I still hate it.
Oh,
the only thing, I can't stand it. And my noob moment was when I was in, do you guys remember that dungeon in Cataclysm where it was like a bunch of wind people, and they were like full of wind, and there was a big dragon that had wind, and he would use wind. It was like up in the clouds or something.
Yeah, and you cast all the little tornadoes everywhere.
Yes. Okay, I was in that dungeon, and I'm healing. I'm trying my best. I'm freaking out. And this guy comes up to me, and he's like, why aren't you in a stance? You're supposed to be in a stance. I told him, what's a stance? He goes, your chakra. You need to pick a chakra. And I have it on my thing. I just put it on my bar, but I didn't know what it did. And he goes, yeah, click on that button, and then there's 3 things that pop up, and pick one of them. And so then I picked one, and I was like, oh, I'm in a stance. And my healing took off from there.
Yes.
And
that is awesome.
I just want to say to all the listeners out there are still noobs in this game. And if you ever get a chance to see somebody doing something really dumb, just ask them, what are you doing? Because the chances are they might say, I don't know.
Yes, I agree.
I'm lost. Please help me. They're just scared to ask. Or you running so fast they can't click on you and ask. They don't know how to click on you, whisper you, talk to you. They don't have a clue. So walk up to somebody and just say, what's up? What are you doing? You look like you're kind of lost. Or, hey, why are you wearing that gear? Do you need better gear? And they're like, what's gear? And you can change their whole world. So that's my message. And, that's back in my day, which was not too long ago.
You could also ask them the same question, say, you can either quit this game and never learn about it and get a life, or you can learn this game and then that's the end of it.
That's the wrong way to approach it.
I'm giving you a chance.
People will take that as an insult.
Oh, no, I've been playing this game my whole life. I don't care. It's my hobby.
You can take the blue pill,
yeah.
which will delete your account, or you can take the red pill and you can go on a Wowhead and learn your tune and
become a epic creature. Yes.
Right.
Well, what about that? What about the one time where you couldn't find that quest giver in Deep Home? Remember that?
Yes.
That was an exciting time for us because I'm a lore master. People who are listening, I'm a lore master in every expansion.
Whatever, stop plugging shame.
But I do
that's something to be proud of.
I do all the achievements. I do everything. Well, my brother had this one quest left in all Cataclysm, one, and he couldn't find the giver. The quest giver. I think you just need to turn it in, right?
I couldn't turn in the quest.
Turn it in, and I told him, I go, who's the quest giver? He goes, this guy. And I go, I bet you I know who it is. I go over there. He's not there. So I go, what the heck's happening? I can't find this quest giver. You know what I mean? So I don't know. A month goes by, and we're still talking about it. We went to forums. We actually went to forums. We went on the internet. We found the guy's name. We went to the spot where he's at. He's not there. So we're like, what are we gonna do? We need to get Lore Master before Mop comes out. So we're like, okay, well, what we gotta do? So I go, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stand right next to him. He's not there, but I'm gonna stand right there and I'm gonna watch TV. I stood there for over an hour, and he finally spawned, the quest giver, and I was able to turn it in. And that was one of our moments where I called him up. I don't know what, it was like 3 in the morning. I was like, Benjamin, I just turned it in. It just happened. You are Lore Master of Kata, you know. So,
Yep, I remember that.
So that was
pretty. So it's like a spawning NPC.
Yeah, I don't know what didn't.
No, it was the if I remember correctly. Do you remember the big airship that was in Deep Home that was Alliance?
Yep.
And there was a dwarf hunter up there. She was up there, and there was this quest chain where she grabs this guy and she holds him above one of the fans that's helping the airship stay aboard, and she's like trying to get him for information about some Twilight community or whatever that's inside there. And he finally talks. He's like, I'll talk. And that was the one.
Yep.
So
And then
I'm pretty sure somebody remembers that.
I do. The thought was glitched out. We glitched out. That was pretty exciting, though.
Yep. So that's a little bit about us. I think we're ready to wrap it up here, guys. You guys want to talk about the contest real quick before we go?
We're 79 likes away.
Come on, guys. 79.
79 likes.
Share our page. You know what? I'm going to share it on Warcraft. I joined a new group. It's called Warcraft Complaints. And so it's a Facebook group where you can go and complain about Warcraft. So I'm going to share it on there. And hopefully we'll get some more likes.
That'll be great. That'll be great.
Yeah. What's the prize?
A mount or a pet from Blizz Store.
Any mount you want, you bet you want.
You get
Come
to
on.
choose one or
We're
the other.
buying, baby.
And you are entered into this by liking?
They have to like the page, and they have to share the pinned post that's up at the top, which is the contest itself. They have to share it. They can either share it in their WoW groups, they can share it on their own, but it has to be shared, and then they have to like the page. And what will happen is we'll go through all the shares because our insights tell us who shared that post, and we'll make sure that they still like the page, and then a random winner will be selected.
Random.
So hopefully hopefully we'll have a winner by next week?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Oh, I hope so. Well, we are going over our time. Is there anything you guys wanted to add?
I hate Frieza. I mean,
Everybody is now officially playing a druid.
Yeah, I am Druid Club.
Everybody's going druid.
It is true. I think it was Mass says if he beats me tonight, he will post it on PWNcast or something. So keep eyes open for that.
Awesome. And do we have a segment of Moneybags the Goblin? Does he have anything to say?
You know, oh wait, wrong voice.
I don't know what just happened.
you know what? It's my gear.
I'm so lost right
Oh my gosh.
okay, Voodoo.
You know what grinds my gears?
There we go.
This guy, he plays Horde side, then he plays Alliance side, and he still won't let me play in his group.
Who is this guy? I don't know who he is. I'm like a jerk.
Fries doesn't even know that.
Oh, you don't know who Fries is? Facebook.com/FriesandMage.
He's right. I have.
Come on, let it be in your group,
I'm
Frieza.
sorry. It will happen tonight.
And last week we talked about listeners sending in a really cool guild recruiting message, something really creative. I found 2, so I would like to share them with you guys. They're really quick. You guys ready? So we'll use honey badgers as the name, okay? Because it's not. You guys there?
Yes.
I'm here.
Yeah,
Okay.
what about my honey badgers? What?
Honey badgers is recruiting, but not you. Yes, we're looking for the worst of the best of the worst.
That's awesome.
We're neither a fun nor a raiding guild, and we're seeking more members that aren't you or anyone affiliated with you.
That's awesome. I would join it so bad.
That's awesome. I would join it too. And here's another one.
That's great.
You are walking through the forest and decide to stomp on a nearby critter. You miss, and the little jerk runs up your leg, into your armor, and begins to gnaw on your soft bits. Do you A, calmly remove your armor and release the thing, or B, get a hammer and ring yourself like a bell till the thing dies? If you choose B, Adventure Incorporation, may be the place for you.
That's an awesome guild one. Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I
Is that a real
said the name of the guild.
in the game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are, I found those on the forums. So, those are 2 that jumped out at me that I really liked, that were really weird. So, second chance, listeners, if you see any really cool guild recruiting messages, send them in. We'll shout them out. So that is it for us here at PWNcast. Thank you guys for listening. You guys can find Frieza at Frieza the Mage or on Facebook at Frieza the Mage 2. You're on both of those, Twitter and Facebook?
Yeah, Twitter and Facebook.
And you can find Spam at I Eat Spam Burgers. You can find Mass by messaging him at our PWNcast page. And you can find me, Eli, at Eli the Priest. And you can find Belle at Samantha Is It on Facebook. Check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/PWNcast. Or our Twitter at PWNcast with an S. Because PWNcast was taken. If you guys have any questions for us, please leave them on our Facebook page for now, because we have a website coming soon. From all of us here at PWNcast, we say goodnight. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody on my Girls Who Play WoW page always says Mike sounds like Paul Walker and asks me repeatedly if it's Paul Walker.
Wait,
Who the fuck is Paul Walker?
I do not know what Paul Walker is.
What's a Paul Walker?
Isn't he dead?
It's not me.
Yeah, I'll take that as a compliment.
I know. Heck yeah, I got abs like that too. Sure.
I'm just a
I got a back of a neck like that.
Yeah. I've never heard that. That's pretty.
Neck? Oh my gosh.
My voice.
What is the back of the
I
neck?
got fans. Yeah, he's goofy.
It's the only part of Ray that looks like Paul Walker, because Paul Walker's tall, white, and not.
Ray has a hot dog.
Yep, I'm pretty hot. According to the Mexican community, I'm like a solid 7.
Oh my god.
Solid 7? That's a compliment, I think.
I want to know where this community is and how I can contact them.
It's his mom.
You're beautiful.
She represents
You're beautiful.
Mexican community.
She's beautiful. She says he's a solid 7.
Kind of like a representative.
People, come on, let's start this shit.
Oh, yeah.